That's a lot of green there.
I'm saying
we might be in our bags.
we might be 8 inches deep in a duffel right now. Welcome back to the TFM Bets Show. Another Sunday of pretty much getting my soul sucked in the worst ways possible.
Good to see you too, Mikey. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
How we doing?
Doing good. I mean, so let's start with the NFL slate. I mean, I feel like, there's enough to talk about. Firstly, you're a leg away from a back-to-back surge.
It's a Belichick business trip tonight.
That's what we're thinking?
Big night.
All right, so we'll get to that game a little later. But let's start with, the games we didn't even get to talk about yet. Raiders-Rams, Thursday Night Football. Feels like it was an eternity ago.
What a call for the kid on the Rams money line.
Wild, dude.
What a game. Baker putting meat on table. Revenge drive, bro. Legacy drive.
And I thought it was going to be a good bit because you took the Rams, and I was like, oh, I'm on the Raiders because every time you take the Rams, they sell. And it almost feels like I'm the worst NFL bettor the world has seen.
You kind of just have to go against your gut sometimes.
I think I'm learning that. I mean, when you're holding a Raiders -6 and Baker Mayfield marches 98 yards, there's not much you could do.
I mean, I thought that game was chalked at halftime. The Rams were down 13-3, bro, and we won that game in the last 2 drives. That's insane.
And like Baker Mayfield, I guess, welcome back.
Yeah, bro.
Like, is he back?
I don't know, but he looked like he didn't look great the whole game, but those last 2 legacy drives were fucking legacies, bro.
Okay, so as a Rams fan, are you now in the camp of let's see what Baker can do?
For sure. I mean, this season's kind of chalked anyways. Let Stafford get better. I mean, why even bring him back? Why even bring Cooper Kupp back? Why bring some of our key defensive players back? There's no need. The season's over pretty much for the Rams. Division is way out of reach. So why not just let Baker do his thing out there, see what he can do, prove himself?
No, I like it. I always like seeing guys like that do well. I think sometimes a lot of it is a system. I think sometimes a lot of it is the personnel. But, I mean, to step in and win that game, my God, do the Raiders suck.
Dude, I mean, with the chance to still get into the playoffs, they needed to win that game. One stop, bro.
98 yards, dude.
And Mima on the back door.
I mean, she loves the back door.
She loves the prime time. She loves prime time.
Some other interesting games. Obviously, we'll skip over the boring ones. Not that there was many. But Browns-Bengals, Joe Burrow finally covers a spread in a divisional game as a favorite, it feels like.
Yep. A lot of people were scared going into this week, NFL Sunday. A lot of underdogs were supposed to come out and shock the world after a fully square Sunday last week. But that just didn't happen too much. And I was kind of expecting that. This game, though, I was definitely scared of. That's why I didn't take the Bengals, is because he struggled he struggled a lot against divisional opponents.
No, I mean, Joe Burrow against divisional opponents is top 10 worst against the spread. It has to be.
I already lost. Literally one night this year, I think it was Halloween, Bengals-Browns rematch. The Bengals looked horrible, and I was just not willing to go through this again.
And the Browns had Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
Like
so they got Deshaun Watson this time. Like, how do they not fucking go out and at least make it a game,
And I always think it's interesting, we watch those games and, Joe Burrow and Jamar look dominant, right? But sometimes I like to go back and I look at the games and kind of look at the stats and be like, okay, like what was the story of the game if you didn't watch it?
Yep.
If you didn't watch this game and I told you that the losing quarterback was 26 for 42 with 276 yards, a touchdown interception, and the winning quarterback was 18 for 33 with 239 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception, would you think that the guy lost by 13 points?
No, that
shot,
sounds like
right?
a close game where the dog covers.
So not that it's like crazy, but I always think that's interesting when you go look at that and you'd be like, Deshaun only put up 10 points, but he had a pretty okay game.
Yeah.
They just couldn't get the ground game going, so I guess that kind of what did them in. But Texans, Cowboys.
Dude.
Possibly the biggest favorite of all time in the NFL. And you've got their money line in your 16 parlay.
Again,
walk me through that game.
I put the Cowboys in here because, like we all thought, it was going to be a fluke-ass week in the NFL, and I wanted to limit the amount of bullshit games I had to sweat out because I was going to take some dogs, and I really didn't want to force a favorite that I didn't like to win and sweat that game out because I'm already going to be sweating out 3 other dogs over here. And so I figured this was a free game. Obviously, nothing's free in the NFL. It's any given Sunday. But holy shit, bro. I'm sitting there, fourth quarter, 3 minutes left. Dak just threw a pick on his own 5-yard line, feeling like the biggest bozo you've ever seen. Like, literally, I felt so stupid. I crafted this fucking surgical parlay just for it to lose on a minus 2,000. And the worst part is I was literally like gloating about it before the third six even started, saying, you're going to give me this free game, bro? I'm going to happily take it. And it happened to be the biggest fucking sweat in the whole lay, dude.
And I mean, once again, the Cowboys love to raise questions.
They do.
Every time you're like, this Cowboys team is so fucking legit, the Texans come into town and they look awful, dude.
Dude.
Awful.
The Texans should have won that game. I can't believe they didn't.
No, 100%. I agree with you. And of course, it's so classic. Like, feels like a free game, right? Minus 2,500 on the money line. But just so classic of Vegas to give you that game like that. And the Texans are leading up until like the last minute.
I mean, plus 17 was free as fuck.
One of the freest spreads on the board. Dude. You didn't even sweat. If you took plus 17, you didn't even sweat. Dude.
Dude, I saw one of the biggest bets in the day from some sports book was on Cowboys minus 17.
Wow.
Yeah. Imagine just having that ticket in your back pocket, sitting on your couch on Sunday in piss. Drowning in piss, bro.
Dude. Oh my God.
I mean, the first drive of the game, I'm like, wow, it's going to be an absolute blowout. We got a touchdown in 2 minutes. Pollard ran it in. And I'm like, yep, I'm not even going to watch this fucking game. And then halftime, I'm like, holy shit, we're losing, bro. I'm getting flamed on Twitter, getting absolutely roasted on TikTok.
Oh my God, bro.
Legacy drive by Dak Prescott. I don't know how much of a legacy that is against the Texans, but that was a legacy drive, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, that just kind of felt like a drive.
It felt like it was going to happen, bro.
Yeah, it did kind of feel. It never felt like they were going to lose, I'll be honest. Like, it was like no way you're going to lose the Texans. You know what I mean? Like, you're sitting there like the delusional fan. You're like,
yeah,
they're not losing this game. Like, I don't know how they're going to get it, but they're not losing this game.
Yeah. I'm tweaking on the couch. You guys were like, they're literally not losing this game, bro. Like, calm down. I was like, I don't know why I believed it, but I did.
No, I believed it too. I think, I mean, I think more so it was like, there's no way they lose this game. Like, as a bettor, like, you're like, there's just no way they lose this game. But it didn't really look like they were going to lose.
I'm never doing that again. Minus 2,000. You're not going in the fucking lane.
Yeah, hold them to that, though.
Please don't let me do that again.
Hold them to that, though. It was always the Lions.
It was always the damn Lions, man.
There's a couple things that'll happen during an NFL season because, it's rigged. But there's a couple things that'll happen during an NFL season where we just have to sit on this couch and go, you know what? I'm just going to trust Vegas. The Lions going from -1 to -2. I'm not a big line movement guy. But the Lions as favorites against the Vikings, who are supposed to be Super Bowl tendies. I mean, you had to take the Lions.
Yeah. I mean, you got one team trending upwards. The Lions have been playing really well, looking really good on offense. The defense starting to figure out a bit. And you got a team trending downwards. With
It kind of does this.
Yeah. The Vikings are on fraud watch. They're definitely not what they look like. And are they really even that good? Does their record speak to who they really are? I don't know. But the Lions are legit. The Vikings are frauds. And that was kind of the script going into the game anyways. And sure enough, the Lions came out and, did their thing.
And this Lions team, I think even outside of the betting, this Lions team kind of has that DNA where they could cause some problems if they keep this run going. They could cause some problems. Dan Campbell has these guys every game ready to run through any wall imaginable. And that offense with Jameson Williams too, I think is going to be incredible.
Most surgical thing I've ever heard you say was Williams is what receiving yards you wanted to take. They didn't offer that on Prize Picks, but first touchdown of the game. It was like the first or second play of the game.
And I don't know if you saw the route, but he broke him.
Oh, yeah.
Wide open.
Oh, yeah.
Like wide open.
That was surgical. Nice call.
So they're going to be good. I think the Lions are going to be really good. I think, they're starting to go on the run at the right time.
Yep. And when people forget Goff's a Super Bowl quarterback.
Super Bowl quarterback. Well,
he's good.
He was there.
I mean, he was there. The Rams obviously were stacked that year.
He
played in the game. Yeah. But he's still a good quarterback.
No, he's a great quarterback. I think
slept on.
I think they got a steal with him. And I think he's the right guy for Detroit. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't do anything crazy pretty.
Yeah.
But he's just like, I'm going to go out there and follow the game plan.
For sure. Plays with heart.
Speaking of the Vikings, though, that are kind of doing this, I want you to guess the spread. They play the Colts in Minnesota. What do you think that spread is?
The Colts in Minnesota.
The 4-8 Colts in Minnesota. What do you think that spread is?
They continue. They're probably still continuing to disrespect the Vikings.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Vikings -6.
4.5.
God damn it! I knew it was gonna be 4.5.
No, we're not going to talk about that yet. But I mean, what the fuck are you supposed to do with that, dude?
That is,
I
what?
can't trust the Colts again, but
No.
that's wild.
No.
That seems wild. 4.5?
That seems like a Meemaw at the game type of game.
That's me at the game.
Yeah.
Speaking of, it was always another game we happen to both be on the right side of. When was it not the Jags at plus Chicky?
The Jags was a surgical call, bro. The
When was it
Titans are
not?
frauds. The Vikings are frauds, just like the Titans.
Dude, we both sat here in the clip and we were like, Jags going in, the Jags traveling into Tennessee, Tennessee's -3.5. And I was just like, you go, I feel like I love the Jags.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel the same way. But then we were like, fade us. But we were right. I mean, a line like that too, not even just looking at the line, also what the teams are doing, kind of similar to Vikings Lions. The Jags, when they look good, look good.
They
You know what I
do.
mean? Like, that sounds dumb.
For sure.
But when they look good, they look good.
And Tannehill was making dumbass throws. The defense was getting on top of it for the Jags. I mean, out of the gates, we got a goat whale touchdown, which I was
Huge.
stoked about. Huge. Derrick Henry tutty.
Shout
We
him
need
out.
two more. And I figured this was going to be a game the Titans figure out. Definitely not the case. And the Jags pick was pretty surgical, I got to say. I wanted to put them in the surge 6, but I just couldn't
You'd have
trust.
looked like a genie.
I know, dude. I just couldn't trust my gut. But here we are. It's on Monday. I still got a fucking leg pending. Wish I would have put him in there.
And I will say there's some teams that kind of disappoint me a little bit. The Titans with a fun quarterback would be so exciting.
So sick, bro.
Like someone that'll, like, even a Jameis, takes a little risk, like slings the rock. Tannehill is just so unimpressive for a team that I think is still, like, right on that cusp of contending. You know what I mean? Like Derrick Henry, a good defense. Like, I don't know.
I've been out on Derrick Henry since, or not Derrick Henry. I've been
I was
out.
about to say.
No, I'm not out on Derrick Henry.
What?
I've been out on Ryan Tannehill since the loss in the playoffs. Was it the wild card game against
Dude,
the
yeah,
Bengals, dude?
Any of his losses, literally any other quarterback, I think loses their job.
That was the game for me right there where I hopped off the train.
Okay.
They lost me 30 units that day.
Oh yeah, I mean, see you later.
Yeah.
They're never a surge 6-piece, dude.
No,
The
never.
Titans never. Because you never get them at a good number.
No.
And then, another game that we were just completely on the wrong side of. The Eagles smoked the Giants.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts looked possessed. And I feel like in a game like that, you just got to be able to look at what we said pregame and just chalk it up to the game and be like, I still don't believe the Eagles are it. I'll be honest with you. I feel like the Giants aren't a great football team, right? They went from 6-1 to 7-5.
Jeez.
So that says a lot, right?
Yeah.
I still am not a firm believer in the Eagles. Like, I don't think the Super Bowl is theirs because they're the best record in the NFL. I still think they're going to get tested by really good teams in the playoffs. That might crack a little bit of the facade that they're building about just smoking bad teams. But Jalen Hurts, here's your flowers. You looked great, dude.
Yeah.
You looked phenomenal.
I thought the Giants could fuck around and win that game. That's why I didn't put.
I did too.
I usually put the Eagles in the surgical 6. I usually always lay them with the points. I was not willing to in this game just because a home divisional dog in a game where the Giants need to win in order to stay within reach of the division. I considered putting Giants ML in the surgical 6, which would have just been preposterous. That would have been the biggest underdog, in the 6 before, but I just wasn't willing to do it. Wasn't willing to trust my gut in that game, try to be fake sharp because that was fake sharp.
And I think too, we we said it before the game when we were talking about why the Giants were going to win. We weren't just like the Giants are going to win. The Giants were going to win if they could run on the Eagles.
Yeah.
And they didn't come out and run on the Eagles. Saquon Barkley had 9 carries for 28 yards.
I mean, it was 21-0 out of the gates. How are you supposed to run the ball?
Yeah, you can't run the ball when you're down 21. So, I mean, I feel like that kind of contributed to it as well. But I mean, we were just on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Just the wrong side.
Just chalk it up. I didn't bet on it, so we're good.
Just trust the better team. Ravens Steelers, I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, I didn't really watch too much of that game. I didn't have any action on that. I mean,
you want to actually play the game that I was just playing with the Browns game.
Sure.
I'm going to read you because after watching this game and being like, this is the most fucking vile game I've ever watched in my life, looking at the stats this morning, just to like refamiliarize myself with what happened. I'm just gonna read you the two stat lines of the quarterbacks. I'm not gonna tell you who's who, but you're probably gonna know because we watched the game. One quarterback was 22 for 30 with 276 yards, a touchdown, and 3 picks. The other quarterback was 8 for 12 for 88 yards. Who won that game?
Well, Trubisky came in, right? Mm-hmm. So I assume.
Which quarterback won? Which stat line won that game?
Let me guess. Huntley had the 88 yards.
Yeah,
what?
Dude.
No way.
How do you have 88 yards and win 16-14?
You know why?
It's because J.K. Dobbins.
It's because Justin Tucker over 1.5 field goals. Bang!
I mean, air, dude. That was the freest shit.
Yep.
And you had that red. You were like, it's going to be an ugly game. It's going to be a field goal game. And it's going to be Justin Tucker.
They're going to rely on their GOAT.
And they went to their GOAT.
Yeah, they went to their GOAT.
And also shout out J.K. Dobbins, 120 yards and a tut.
Oh, wow.
He turned his shit up.
He went off.
So I guess that's what happens. I mean, terrible game though. Chiefs still can't cover spreads. How about it?
I don't want to say I told you, but I told you, bro.
No, you did. I didn't bet it, but you were right.
They always find a way, bro. Again, up 21-0 in this game. I tweeted some shit about the game pretty much being over. Literally 3 touchdowns straight by the fucking Broncos, bro. Can't make it up.
And just free my man Jerry Jeudy, dude.
Yeah, dude, 3 tutties.
Like he is, and I remember in that draft class, I wanted the Jets to get him. That's who I wanted in that draft class. He is phenomenal.
Yeah, no, he's raw.
Like, get him out of there. Just for the love of God. He's had Drew Lock and Russell Wilson. Just get him out of there, dude.
I mean, Russell actually kind of showed some signs yesterday.
I mean, show some signs. But that's like...
Dude, for the first time all year, they threw back-to-back. They had back-to-back touchdowns on back-to-back drives. First time.
But him showing signs is like a dead guy, and the heart monitor goes... Beep, and he's still dead. Like, you're like... What am I supposed to do here? Like, he blipped.
I thought the Broncos were gonna come back and have a fucking legacy comeback. Thank God they didn't.
And I mean,
but Mahomes was kind of bullshitting.
He was at the end. I mean, that one. I mean, obviously.
Well, he had 2 picks or 3.
I mean, I think he had 2, but or 3. He had 3.
Wow.
3 and 3. 3 touchdowns, 3 picks.
Jeez.
So an off day for him, right? But they still won 34-28. So it's like, just get the job done.
Yeah.
The shovel pass was wild.
That was
or whatever
wild,
you
bro.
You call that.
Dude, like I said on Twitter,
insane.
he plays like he's running around Meemaw's house before fucking dinner's ready. In the front yard with the kids.
You're just trying shit. You just be like, what if I'm running? I just hook it to him. But yeah, I mean, Pat Mahomes still can't cover spreads. And then these 3 games, I just want to take a moment and talk about these 3 games.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Legacy afternoon.
No, and then I'll bring it back. I sit down every Sunday after not having a single great Sunday yet. And I go, I'm going to put together a parlay that hits. And I took the Bucks +3. I took the favorite Seahawks. And I took the Chargers +7. That was my parlay. And I thought, there's no way this doesn't hit. 1 o'clock slate go. Only one underdog wins in the 1 o'clocks, and it was the Jaguars. I'm pretty sure almost every dog covered. Nope. Almost every favorite one and covered. So I was like, now we're rolling into the 3 o'clocks. And I got Tom Brady +3.5 against Brock Purdy. You can't make this shit up, dude. Like, the NFL, when it comes to me, I think is rigged. Like, I think I put in my parlays, and I think the teams get together. And I think they're in the locker room, and Tom's like, yo, he put it on social media. He took us +3. Let's go lose by 50. Like, I'm convinced. And then the Seahawks. Hey, Gino. I think he's in the locker room going, hey, man, the biggest Jet fan of all time just took me over Sam Darnold. I'm going to come out there and look like I did on the Jets and just fucking bot. And he fucking loses to Sam. Like, I lost to Sam Darnold and Brock Purdy, dude.
I mean, again, I was trying to tell you, just jump ship on these teams that are absolute frauds. Like the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are on top of the fraud list, bro. They're poverty, and you knew that.
And we got a comment that said, if you're still betting on Tom Brady, you don't know football. And I was like,
that hit deep, huh?
I was like, all right, first of all, they might be right now,
Yeah.
dude. Like, the Buccaneers are dead.
Dude,
Dead.
I caught onto that. I jumped ship fucking like week 8, bro.
This was it for me.
They're terrible.
This was a 3-point underdogs. Like, and when there's a blowout in the back of my head, when the first half doesn't look great, I go, Vegas made this line for a reason. So when am I going to see why they made that line? This line made no fucking sense. And I said it in the last episode when you said, what did you think the spread would be? And I said 6 or 7 for the Niners. 6 or 7, I said.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this line makes no sense, but I took the fucking Bucks.
Dude, the Niners, doesn't matter how they do it, they just know how to win games. And the Bucks don't. I mean, they play better against poverty teams, but they're poverty themselves. And when they're going up against a team that arguably can go and make a Super Bowl run, no shot, bro.
And I want Brock Purdy to do well. I'm off the Bucks. I want the people to know I'm going to hold myself accountable. I will not bet on the Bucks the rest of the year. I won't do it. Nor will I bet on the Seahawks, because fuck that team, dude. How the fuck do you lose to the Panthers?
That game, I almost had the Seahawks in the 6. They were literally in there, and then I talked myself off them because I was like, why are the Seahawks, a team that's been playing well with a good quarterback, going up against poverty, a -3.5 favorite at home in a tough place to play? I just felt like for some whatever reason, this was going to be one of those games where the public just gets absolutely shafted, bro. And they did.
And I did. I did. Dude, I'm getting all the comments now. The most public better ever. Like, it's like, damn, bro. Like, if I took any of the favorites at the 1 o'clock, I would have been the most public better ever. But they all smacked.
Yeah.
And then I go into the 3 o'clock, so I'm like, the Seahawks got to do it, and they fucking lose outright. So, you can't make it up. But then we get to the Sunday night game.
Oh yeah.
Dolphins, Chargers. I obviously have some very strong feelings about Justin Herbert going into this game.
As we learned last week.
Also had some very strong feelings about Tua going into this game.
Yep.
Where are all you Tua fans now? Where are you at? Because I checked Twitter yesterday, during the game, after the game, and it's crickets.
Oh yeah.
Where are you at?
Where are those freaking the Sunday night pregame show hosts?
The Army.
The Army that all took the Dolphins
Where's
to win.
the Army? Because you know what? He fucking sucks, dude. He fucking sucks.
What was he, like 2 for 17 or some shit, bro?
Dude, 2 for 17.
At one point in the game?
And by the way, we were sitting there. I was down a couple of units because, the college basketball goes well. And then I always try to lay it into the football because that's what I want to watch. I went down. I looked at you. I went, dude, how do we get this back? And you were like, it's Chargers money line. And I was like, all right, we're doing it.
Yeah.
And that's how you get out of the mud. You take Chargers money line plus 150.
Mike, you need to get out of the mud.
I feel like that's the situation that Trent and I are in every Sunday night. Is I'm looking at him going, dude, I'm in a hole. What are we doing? And it's the last game. Like, every unit you got, let's just see if we can get out. But I want to talk about this. I will take 2 steps back on my Herbert take. I'll do that. I'm adult enough to go, I was a little too harsh.
Good.
But I'm not going to sit here and say that I think he's a good quarterback when we're in the red zone all game and he doesn't get touchdowns.
Yeah.
That comes down to him. You fumble at the 1. You miss snaps. There wasn't even throws where I was like, oh, he's putting it on that guy. Not one where I was like in the red zone feeling confident.
Yeah.
When he makes that progression, and he's got plenty of time to do that, I'll admit he's great.
Facts. No,
But this 3,000 yards, 4,000 yards, it doesn't mean anything to me if you can't close out.
Facts.
Tua had one of the worst games I've seen a quarterback have. Dude, you won by 6 because Herbert can't score in the red zone. And you might say that's coaching, you might say that's whatever, but make a play. Make a play. You shouldn't have 2 touchdowns in that game. Or 1 because you handed on one off to Eckler.
No, he had one. Trust me.
One.
as a man with a huge investment on this guy to have fucking overpassing touchdowns, it's been very frustrating all season watching him throw 1, 2. We've had maybe one.
When you're in the red zone, I would love to know how many times. It felt like they were in the red zone 14 times.
Yeah. And we walked away with no points a few times.
No points.
Yeah.
Turning it over on 4th down, like that is why I call him a fraud. Like, that's why I called him a fraud. Because when you're in these positions, you're at home. Obviously, you got the win. Great. You grinded it out. Dude, they could have beat this Dolphins team by 30.
Oh, yeah. It should have.
Especially when your defense, bare bones right now. Asante Samuel's having a fucking day. You got guys coming out of the woodwork, making plays, shutting down Tyreek Hill. Reward them. Give them cushions.
Dude, they looked phenomenal. That was insane.
But I'm saying, as Justin Herbert, reward this defense that at bare bones is going out there and shutting down one of the most high-powered offenses in the league handily. Like, put them in the position to go out there and make a mistake. Every time Herbert stepped off the field, he put his defense in a position where they could not afford to make a single mistake because you're not closing it out in the red zone.
Yeah. No, and then Herbert down the stretch was just trusting his goat, going to Keenan Allen. I think he had like 14 receptions. Surgical call. We hit that prize. We'll get there, but that prize picks was fucking.
Well, we're going to get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Oh, we're going to get there.
But no, it is very frustrating, this Chargers red zone offense, to not be able to finish the job. Herbert not being able to find the end zone. Eckler's been a huge, problem solver with the issues in the red zone for sure. He's having a big year. But as a goat whale owner, I'm very fucking frustrated with Herbert because this was a game. It was make or break. We needed 3 at the minimum.
Dude.
He got 1. I'm ready to put Herbert to bed in the goat whale.
And it's not like he wasn't there.
Yeah. No, dude, I mean, how many trips to the red zone we have, bro? Like fucking 12. And we scored how many points? 20? 21?
Yeah, 23.
23. Jesus.
Over
bro.
field goals would have been free.
Yeah, Dicker the kicker.
Literally.
Is that guy.
Dicker the kicker is that guy.
But how surgical were the plus cheeky Chargers on primetime? I knew they were coming for their revenge.
Dude, the plus cheeky Chargers were one of the, I think, best calls we've had, or you've had yet. But I said I was going to take the Chargers.
No, you did.
I shit on them. I shit on both of them.
Yeah.
And then I said, but we're taking the Chargers. And you were, since the day you woke up on Monday, you were taking the plus cheeky Chargers.
Yeah.
Like you knew it was coming. And when you looked at me and you were like, no, you put it on the money line. Yeah. I was like,
keep the points, brother.
Keep the points, bro. Keep the points. But great game. Let's do a little fade pod update. We not only fucking smacked the sneak nuke prize pick entry, which was Tucker field goals,
free,
DK Metcalf yards, Herbert passing yards, either the taco or the not taco. Pick your poison. They both smacked.
Oh, yeah.
And then we could have had a 5. If they gave us Jameson receiving yards, I would have hit. But we ended up taking Keenan receiving yards, smacked in the mouth. So the fade pod.
There's a greened out gob for the kids.
A greened out goblin. A greened out goblin for the fade pod. And not to mention, we're now 4-0 on hockey moneyline bets.
Oh, the new Chow Lords.
So the fade pod not only hit a 4-leg PP entry, but the fade pod hit an NFL 2-teamer and an NHL 2-teamer.
Lions and Chargers, that shit was so surgical, bro.
And then what was the classic NHL 2-teamer that you can literally expect from this podcast every week?
Was it Leafs and Oilers?
It was Leafs and Oilers.
The two wagons.
So Leafs and Oilers 2-teamer, smacked. Chargers Lions 2-teamer, smacked. Prize picks, smacks.
That's a lot of green there. We might be sharp, boys.
I'm saying.
we might be in our bags.
we might be 8 inches deep in a duffel right now. But no, all things considered, I think we had a good weekend. Obviously, we had a couple takes go awry, but that's the NFL. You got to pick a side. And I don't think you were wrong in a single game on here. I was wrong on a couple. So, it just so happens we put it out there for the world to see.
I'm back in my bag.
He's back in his bag. All right, so let's talk Monday night football. Pats going into Cardinals. Cardinals plus 1.5 at home. I saw a stat that I want to run by you. But first, this is going to be the first Cardinals game since the Patrick Peterson thing. So you got to wonder how the locker room's doing. The Cardinals suck at home. We know this. One of the worst teams at home. And I just saw that they are a loss away from being in the lotto for a top 5 pick.
Wow. No way.
So when you look at this game, does all of this tell you? I think there's 2 narratives, right? We talk about narratives all the time, or I do. In my head, there's 2 narratives. This locker room is in fucking shambles. This season is over for the Cardinals. And they're playing one of the best coaches probably ever. They're going to get fucking smoked. Or, let me take you a trip down here. Kyler Murray has to come out and have a legacy performance because I've never seen a quarterback go from here to 0 in a span of a year and a half like he has.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I'm very worried about this game.
But you're on the Patriots, so let it be known you're on the Patriots.
I'm on the Patriots,
right.
Last leg of the Surge 6 for lots of units. I'm scared about this game, not because of who's on the field and who's not, but what the line says. We got with the public on the Patriots, but the line went from 2 to 1.5. Sus. The Patriots need this game way more than the Cardinals do. The Patriots are still, in playoff conversations, and that division's close. But Belichick on the road, I'd rather have my coins, my faith in the hands of Bill than these bozos in Arizona.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, Cliff is a fucking bot. I don't know how he still has a job. I don't even
Bot.
think he could coach a middle school football offense. But honestly, when I look at a team like the Patriots, I'm not sure if line movement concerns me. I don't know if that's crazy. But the reason why that line is moving, I think, is because you don't know what Mac Jones you're going to get.
Yeah, you don't.
But at the end of the day, Bill Belichick finds a way. If Mac Jones isn't getting it going, the Patriots' run game is going to be crazy, or he'll throw fucking Bailey in immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So, that line doesn't concern me that much. But this is also a Cardinals defense where Mac Jones, on his day, has looked so good this year that Mac Jones could pick apart. He could pick it apart.
Yep.
And we could be sitting here with Kyler Murray on Twitter going, hey, Pat, good game, dude. Good game. You know what I mean? Good game, bro. But I will say the thing that scares me is a motivated Cardinals offense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, it's Cliff against Bill. It's Cliff against Bill. I'm taking Bill 100 out of 100 times. It's Cliff against Bill.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care how we do it. Just get the job done, Bill. I feel like this is going to be a gross game. I think the best bet in this one's probably the under, bro.
I was about to say I like the over.
I mean, you're allergic to taking under, so I don't expect you to like that one at all. But I feel like this is a game where Belichick's just trying to get the hell out of here. Just end the game. Clock management, that's his freaking specialty. It's going to be a chess match. And it's going to be a disgusting game to watch. And if they were giving us the field goal props, I'd be nuking them, but they're not, sadly. I love Murray to throw a pick, but I'm going to let you take your Murray prop for our entry on stream on the show today.
Okay.
But he's throwing a pick. Yeah, I'm calling it.
All right.
I called it last week. Let's go back real quick to that Rams game. I literally called it to a T, bro.
No, you did. That was incredible.
I said it on the last drive of the game. Carr's throwing an interception, and the Rams are going to win. It's exactly what happened. And Murray's throwing one tonight.
And also, once the Raiders grittied after the punt, you knew the game was over. That game was over, dude. There's a couple things that when Trent and I watch a game that we'll know when something's over because a player will do something. I forget the game it was, but it was literally on the kickoff.
Yeah.
The guy didn't even hit him, and he was celebrating walking off, and we were like, yo, they're dead.
Dude, last night they showed the Dolphins fans in SoFi, and we're like, yeah, the Chargers got this one.
They show this Dolphin fan in SoFi, and Trent goes, that was all I needed to see. This game is over. But I'm going to do you a favor. And I'm going to take the Cardinals. So
Let's go, boys.
I'm going to do you a favor.
Let's go.
I'm going to take the Cardinals because every time on the pod I'm on the other side of you, I can't sniff a coin. Can't even smell it. With the Surge 6 on the line,
back to back,
I'm gonna do my duty and I'll take the Cardinals.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I hate to see it. Obviously, I hate being on opposite sides of shit, but whatever works, man, I'll take it.
I'll take the Cardinals.
Thank you.
All right, let's get to the Prize Pick sneak nuke we got for Monday Night Football. We got an NHL 2-teamer, and then we're wraps. Sneak Nuke presented by Prize Picks. Monday Night Football. 4 legs. 100 pays 5. First leg. Kyler Murray rush yards.
100 pays 10 if you're not soft, but if you're flexing it, which is nothing wrong with that.
We're flexing until we figure ourselves out. This is a flex play.
Soft. We just hit a 10x, bro. Let's run that shit back. So your first leg is
Kyler Murray rush yards.
give me Stevenson to score tonight.
Wow.
Pass,
Okay.
rush, and receiving touchdown.
And I'm going to be a little basic bitch boy again. D-Hop receiving yards.
I'm going to go with Hunter Henry's receiving yards as my
Okay.
second leg.
I like that.
Yeah.
Mr. Reliable.
Yep.
He's just the guy.
He's
in
a
the
guy.
slant. Find him.
Yep.
No, I like that. Kyler Murray rush yards, Stevenson touchdown, D-Hop yards, Hunter Henry yards. That's another 4-piece McNugget.
That's a 4-piece green gob. Hold the fry.
Hold the fry and make it a chalky milkshake.
Yeah.
Okay? I love that. Prize Pick Sneak Nuke. Let's go back to back. The NHL 2-teamer. I got my little bitch boy boots on.
Oh, God.
I got my little bitch boy boots on. And it's the Oilers at plus Chicky.
Oh, my goodness, dude. Who are they playing?
It's the Oilers at plus Chicky.
Oh, they play the Wild, bro.
They play the Wild in Minnesota.
That's interesting.
In Minnesota. The Oilers are plus Chicky.
Why are the Oilers plus Chicky? I hope McDavid's in.
Because they want you to take the Wild.
I don't think anyone wants to take the Wild.
There's no reason to take the Oilers here other than I'm going to take the Oilers.
Yeah, no. You just got to do it and hope they
I'm going
hit.
to take the Oilers.
Oilers, give me another wagon on the ice. Let's go Devils money line.
Wow, the Jersey boys.
In the Garden, the Gooey Geyser. That's a wagon 2-teamer, bro.
And I'm just, as a Devils fan since I was like 4 years old, because they're the only team in New Jersey,
Yeah.
we exclusively get spanked in the Garden. But
Really?
I like it. Yeah, dude. Every time we go
Maybe
to New
that's
York.
why the line is the way it is.
Every
with
time
a
we go to
pick
New
'em.
York. Yeah, every time we go to New York.
But you got the better team.
But I like it.
Give me the better team on the ice.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oilies plus Chick and the Devils. Lock it in. That's the NHL 2-teamer. This has been another episode of TFM Bets. Let's go get surgical again tonight. You know, I want to see you hit a 6. I don't mind being on the wrong side. The road to 10K for myself for college basketball continues. We're now in the green.
You've been killing it.
Big news. Thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate you.
Belichick business trip. Pack your bags. We'll be seeing.
Let's go get it.